people know it's an election coming up? How many people are pissed off about what you see in the country? How many of you all know we can do better? How many of you all want somebody to do it? How many of y'all voted in the last election? How many of y'all didn't? Yep. So we got an amazing panel, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation about all of these issues, from who's in the White House to who's trying to get into the White House, to how we vote at the local level, to the census that's taking place and how that's going to impact us, to the fact that hip-hop plays an amazing role in how young people turn out, and specifically black women, who are the most important demographic in politics anywhere. And Katrina?
So I would say that the biggest issue that black Americans face is a severe lack of leadership. He speaks on behalf of young black people. I'll speak on behalf of all the black mothers out there, because our children are extremely important and no one seems to care. And I think that has to stop. And so I think right now we have an opportunity with a President Trump who has gone far and beyond any other previous administration to impact black communities directly, Atlanta included. And I think that this lack of leadership in the black community is what we face, because Killer Mike just mentioned our political power. Well, guess what? That power is diminishing every time that they bring more illegal aliens into the country and make them voters.
Jimmy?
Well, I would say the first thing is that it's important to identify what our agenda actually is. And I think that the most important thing for people in this room to understand is that there is a very small window. Right now, the black vote is the most important vote in the country. There's a very small window before our vote's not going to matter. These conferences won't matter, and us sitting here won't matter, because illegal immigration, if you're looking at the numbers, every new birth in this country, 60% of all new births are Hispanic Americans, and the Democrats are about, listen, you're saying, let me get to the point. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it. I say illegal is the new black because it's true, and there's a reason why they're advocating for open borders. Right now, our vote means a lot, but new births of black Americans have stagnated. The population growth within black America has stagnated. So the things that I pay attention to are the numbers. I pay attention to the birth rates in this country, which is why I'm pro putting something down to stop illegal immigration. The second thing that I think is really important, and you may have heard me testify in front of Congress, is the illiteracy rates that are facing black America. 75% of black boys in California can't pass a reading exam. Across Baltimore, they looked at 5 schools. They couldn't find a single black boy that was a single black child that could pass a basic reading or a math exam. So I caught a lot of slack because I said this is the Democrat plantation, but I meant what I said. If you look historically at what the plantations were when we were slaves, there were 3 things that were necessary for them to run. The first was our ignorance. Black Americans were not allowed to learn how to read unless we would have our limbs chopped off. And that was because an educated mind cannot be enslaved. So the fact that our schools are in this condition in the inner cities and all throughout America, and not a single candidate is talking about it, is problematic to me. I think that that's a huge negotiating tool for me. We need to be talking about the inner city schools. Another component, and this is the biggest issue that I think is facing black America today, which was important to maintaining the plantations, was the breakdown of family. The biggest issue facing black America is father absence. We have children that are growing up without their fathers in the home, and that is being incentivized by the government right now via the welfare system. When the government says we'll give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, you are incentivizing bad behavior in our community. What happens when you remove a father from the home? This is why I do not mess with feminism at all. I'm not with it. This breakdown and mocking masculinity, making it seem like there's something wrong to be a man, all of this contributes to the breakdown of family. When you remove...
All right, hey, hold on. So, hold on, brother, hold on. There's going to be an opportunity for each of you to engage, but I want to make sure this sister has the right to talk while she's here. That's why we invited her. So let her say what she needs to say, and then let's keep it moving. Come on, y'all.
The single motherhood rate in the 1960s in black America, and they thought that...
Now, hold on. I want to finish this. This is on your behalf. At a certain point, we can't be assholes. At a certain point, these are black men and women, and in particular, these are black women. Like on some real G shit. doesn't matter how you feel about her personally. Everything she has just said, Louis Farrakhan said for the last 25 fucking years. So with no, and I don't know if she's a fan of Farrakhan. I know me and Tamika are. Bam. But you cannot take the truth and be mad at who tells it to you. So just chill, bruh. Shut the fuck up. Let her say it and receive the information. That's it.
Hey, Shalom to my Akim and Akwakim and YAHAWASHI, all my brothers and sisters in the Lord. You know, I'm driving right now, obviously. I don't be having a lot of time to really sit and make videos at home because there's just a lot going on. You know, that's neither here nor there. But after watching this video, man, you know, I don't know about you, Akim and Akwakim, man, it pissed me off. 2/3 just don't get it, man. They don't get it, man. Our people, and it says in the scriptures, man, Jacob is sottish, man. Our people are sottish, man. They're stupid. They're retarded, man. They talk about these issues, and they sit here all pompous. You know, that was the Black Summit, you know, but the only person who's really bringing an inkling of the truth, and really it was just an inkling, because it was just little crumbs, because they didn't go into the root of it, you know? The root of it all is, Jake wants to be integrated, man. They lean upon the reed of Egypt, man. And it's been piercing us since, you know? Granted, it has a lot to do with the curses we've been under, you know? But it's like, man, our people are so fucking simple. It's part of my language. Our people are simple, man. So simple. It's ridiculous, man. You know? And I just wanted to talk about this thing and touch up on it, man. And I tried to do this video yesterday. And, you know, we all know how Shaitan moves. You know, spirit of distraction, spirit of interruptions. You know, and I wound up talking to my old lady about it, man, to my maid about it. And after 30 minutes of ventilating and talking about the Black Summit, you know, I was in a little bit of regret and frustration because everything I was telling her, it was what I was trying to record. So here's the next day. I actually got it all off my chest already. But we're gonna sit and talk about this, man. We're gonna talk about this, man. You know, we heard Candace Owens talking about, you know, the lack of male presence in the homes, which is a breadcrumb. It's like she's dry snitching, but she's not directly putting her finger on what the problem is, man. You know, she denounced feminism, true, and quite frankly, I believe Candace Owens is a coon and a sellout. So it's not that I like her personally or anything like that. It's just from what was said. You know, she pointed out some things, and it links hand in hand with scripture, man. You know, says, as for my people, women rule over them, and children are their oppressors, man, in the book of Isaiah. You understand? And they who lead thee lead thee into error. Roughly paraphrasing, man. For the last few decades, the Israelite community, or the so-called black community, has been matriarchal, man. It's been woman-led. Now we have these Generation Z, these young cats, you know, these young teenagers, between the ages of, I guess, 10 and 20. They're done. It's over. They might not even, a lot of them, man, it's really going to take the spirit of the Ruach, man, you know, for the Lord to reach them, because collectively those people are done, man. You know? And we sit here and watch Candace Owens and Killer Mike, you know, T.I. You know, we sit here and supposedly watch the elect of Jake, the spokespeople of Jake, and their minds are all on the integration and, which really, and I'm gonna say this first, man, with integration came subjugation, okay? Because with integration, we came, it was all a manipulation to rule over our people that want sovereignty. The elect of YAHAWASHI, we seek sovereignty under our King and Savior, YAHAWASHI, who many ignorantly call Jesus Christ, and under King David. We want to rule. It's not enough space. It's not enough space for the two of us, man, in this earth. When I say two of us, I'm talking about Jacob and Esau, because that's what it all boils down to. 2/3 of our people seek refuge, seek fair treatment, seek to be exalted. I mean, really, our people are begging Esau, please help us with our schools. Please give us order in our community. You know, whether they're Democrat or Republican, man, it's freaking ridiculous. You know, wisdom is a hard thing for a fool, and 2/3 of our people are fools, so it's above their head, man. They just won't get it. They won't get it until Jacob's trouble. That the only true answer in the way is the law, statutes, and commandments of YAHAWASHI. When we had segregation, you know, in the 1940s, when Esau was suffering financially in North America due to the repercussions of World War II, with bank runs and, you know, people were hungry, poor. You know, we were segregated then, man. There was no integration. And if you heard of a place called Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we had black-owned businesses, schools, libraries. Our kids were going to school in business suits, man. They said it took years for the dollar to leave the black community. Now it takes a matter of minutes, man. Because we've been deceived. Most of 2/3 of Jake have been deceived into becoming the victim of a monopoly. Becoming the victim of a monopoly through the guise of integration. Because like I said earlier, with integration came subjugation. Because you're subjugated by Esau's laws, which are profane, which are unrighteous decrees, right? We know this. You know? People want to talk about black power, man, so-called Israelite power, but they don't want to come back to their power. But they listen to a bunch of foolishness from people who declare themselves as wise. Like T.I., Killer Mike. If they're not talking about YAHAWASHI in the Holy Scriptures and the oracles therein, then they can just sit down and shut the hell up. We're just going to keep it like that, man. Because they don't got the truth. They don't know the way. These are wolves in sheep's clothing, man. Scattering the flock of YAHAWASHI, man. You know? But what happened when we had our segregation, which really was a low scale? We were still at the bottom of the totem pole, of course, due to Jim Crow laws and, you know, segregation and having the lesser and Esau's social ladder per se, or social lifestyle per se. But we had a particular level of sovereignty within our captivity. We had a certain level of sovereignty within our captivity, and we thrived. Granted, if we finish the story revolving around Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we would know that the Air Force, as well as various Edomites, came and bombed that city, man. Destroyed all we had. Because he's the devil. That's what the devil does. So now we have 2/3 of Jake, who cannot depart from Egypt, who cannot depart from Babylon, from the politics. This is the mass that is deceived. And this is the mass that will be given unto deception and derision because they love not the truth, as it is written in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. YAHAWASHI gave our people over to a delusion. And pertaining to Romans 11:7, there is an election. The people who, everything I'm saying right now, it comes to them naturally. They understand exactly where I'm getting at. But the masses are trying to relate to what we just saw in the Black Summit, which is a bunch of, which is a pot of BS. It's all BS. It's all vanity. That's the word. That's more appropriate. It's vanity. That's like what Black America, the Israelite communities in America, are doing. Is like, let's say you had a business, right? Esau is the businessman. He makes the rules. When we correlate this with the structure, the capitalism and the economic and the social structure of America, right? Let's make a metaphor. You're a business owner, right? You have employees, okay? From your accountant, who's right up under you, balancing your books, to your field workers, going out there making your money, selling whatever product you're trying to sell, your marketers, and then you have your low levels. You have the person who's cleaning your bathrooms, your janitors. And I'm not trying to be funny because I've been there. I've cleaned bathrooms before, you know. So I'm just giving an example. You know, it's nothing personal. You know, we are in our captivity. So, you know, we're in a place of servitude right now, but those bonds are very soon about to be broken. You know, them bonds, the YAHAWASHI is going to break the bonds of our servitude very soon. But back to on topic, if you was to own a business, would you pay your employees more than what you make? Would you empower them more than the power that you currently have? Would you exalt them over yourself? No, because that goes contrary to capitalism. So what our people are doing is begging these Edomites and the Edomite Babylonian system, the daughter of Babylon, to enhance, to increase, to help, to establish, to give a hand to Jacob, to the so-called black race. What sense does that make? Why would Esau empower you over himself? And why do you feel as though he's going to do that? Because whenever we really did have some type of power going on, such as the Black Panther movement, right, with Fred Hampton and Huey P. Newton, a lot of these brothers are getting out of jail now. Esau seeks to destroy any power that has a possibility of overtaking him. And he does it even so in craftiness. And he did it in so many crafty ways that our people are, to this day, blinded to the reality of what it is. That YAHAWASHI HaMashiach and these law, statutes, and commandments of Sovereign Yahweh, the God of our forefathers, is the only way. They are still leaning on the rod of Egypt, on the reed of Egypt. And pertaining to the book of Isaiah, man, that reed is going to pierce their head. And quite literally, when they get to the RFID chip is already here. That mark of the beast is already here. You understand? And it vexes me and it angers me to see our people, man. I've shed tears over this, man. I've wept over this, man. How stupid and retarded our people are. You know? Beggars. Is Jacob a servant? Are we beggars? You understand? Through feminism, through sexual liberty that was given to the woman from who? Esau. All these philosophies was to destroy Jacob. They gave you Planned Parenthood. A known racist bitch by the name of Margaret Sanger was behind that. Said that blacks need to be exterminated like weeds. Esau would never do nothing to embetter Israel. It's contrary to what the truth is. The truth is he hates you and he wants to exterminate you. And in Jacob's trouble, you two-thirds are going to figure it out. That Babylon is not the place of your rest. That America is not the place of your rest. That Esau can't save you and don't want to save you. He wants to destroy you. And in the early 70s, you had Planned Parenthood and the liberty, the sexual liberty given to these women. Yes, Eve, you Eve. Yes, black woman, you. Because it ain't uncommon for you women to be polyandrous concerning your relationships, which is causing a matriarchal structure within the black community, which has weakened the black community. Now, there's one thing that I can't say in the beginning of that video. He said, and I don't necessarily agree entirely, but in partiality, it had some level of truth in it. He said our black woman, these Israelite women, are detrimental. In so many words, I forgot exactly what he said. He said they're detrimental in this political, in these politics, man, in their political strength. And to a certain respect, yes, they are. To a certain respect, because a house divided cannot stand. And what actually has occurred for the last 4 to 5 decades, the last 40 to 50 years, in a collective. Collectively speaking, you understand? Was the so-called Israelite woman taking on the strange fruit of the serpent again? Again. She was given affirmative action. Actually, I'm going to break it down to you to where it's very simple exactly what happened, man. We had the Black Power movement coming up against Esau and these Edomites, fighting oppression, okay? That movement was destroyed because these people were criminalized. That's what Esau does. He demonizes and criminalizes under the guises of lies. Because what is Satan here to do? To kill, steal, and destroy. So we know who the children of the spiritual demon, the spiritual left-hand angel, Satan is, based on their actions. Just in the likewise, we know who the spiritual children of YAHAWASHI is, based on what their fruits, right? We measure everything in the spirit, in the fruits, right? So, the Black Panther movement was destroyed, okay? And from that point, you had the CIA, Esau, his system, his powers that be, his institutes, bringing cocaine, crack cocaine for Nicaragua, and flooded the black streets with it, and put illegal guns, I'm not gonna say illegal, put firearms within these black communities. This is facts. This is facts. Okay? Putting a lot of Jakes 6 feet under and a lot of Jakes in jail through the hands of their pushers like Rayful Edmonds, Big Meech, you know? The real Rick Ross. That's a rapper, the real Rick Ross. These guys were agents with the CIA pushing the drugs, destroying their own community. Sellouts. These are sellouts among Jake, and it's the truth. A man named Gary Webb did an expose on the CIA, connecting a direct connection to these drugs coming from Nicaragua into the ghettos, into the predominantly black areas, through the help of the CIA. It's facts, okay? And like I said earlier, this put a lot of Jakes 6 feet under. This put a lot of Jakes behind bars. Mandatory minimums. The war on drugs. On the same drugs they brought into the communities. The 2/3 are too fucking stupid to see this, okay? And then they liberated your woman. Yes, the daughters of Zion. Gave them all type of incentives, and Candace Owens bought it out. Single motherhood was an underhand incentive, an underhand deal between Esau, his system, and the Israelite woman to essentially turn her back on the patriarchal Israelite family, which is what it takes for success under the law, statutes, and commandments of YAHAWASHI. It was all a move off that went hand in hand with Willie Lynch. It really went hand in hand with prophecy. These are curses. But now what? We see the curses fall upon all those who hate us. Look at the opioid epidemic. I'm gonna do a video on that. I got a funny ass video. Y'all gonna be cracking up. I got a funny clip for that. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it just to get off topic for 1 second. I don't know if y'all seen the video of some guy who overdosed on opioids, some Edomite. He was overdosing, and you had all these ignorant ass Jakes trying to give him milk. It's like, he needs some milk. Give him some milk. He needs milk. And the guy who's recording is like, no, he needs Narcan. Give him Narcan, right? So some random guy came up the street. Another Edomite had Narcan and administered the Narcan to the guy who was overdosing and dying. He was dying. And the guy who was passed out from the opioid, the fentanyl or whatever, he's waking up and he was all confused. He's like, what the hell, man? And he wanted kicking the guy in the nuts. He wanted kicking the guy in the rod who gave him the Narcan, man. I was cracking up, man. These curses are cleaving to these Edomites. That's a video that's coming, but I'm going to have to sit down in the house and get a quiet moment to bring some scriptural edification on that. But see, we see this in these last days and times, man, these last moments, we see the Lord have made sense through his Ruach HaKodesh, through his Holy Spirit. He had made things simple to his election. We understand these things. Why? Because we have a love for the truth, but 2/3 don't, so they won't get it. They don't get it. All they see and all they understand is Babylonian, Constantinian Christianity, pagan Christianity. And that's what they relate to as being holy, when it is really all abominable and falsehoods. They don't want to know YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI for real. And we know this because when you bring out the book and you actually edify out of it, you see these demons manifest out of 2/3 of these Israelites, man. You know, and it's sad, but the same must learn by death, by pain, man. So A lot of these are going to die in very painful ways. These judgments are coming, man. You know? But do you have to get back on topic with the crack cocaine epidemic that Esau put on Jake? And these are the controversies and the witchcrafts of Esau. Esau is a master warlock and manipulator. You know? He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. He is the physical people of him. They literally worship him through these secret societies. You know, Bohemian Grove, the Illuminati, the Skull and Bones. Man, they worship Hashatan, man. That's their God. You know what I'm saying? But 2/3 don't care about that. They don't care about that kind of stuff, man. They don't have a love for the truth. So they're gonna be blindsided with destruction and judgment, you know? But as I was saying, so that destroyed the black communities with the crack cocaine epidemic, man. Well into the early 90s. It decapitated our people, man. You know? Then with sexual liberation of the woman, it caused a lot of single motherhood, a lot of bastard babies. We see the repercussions of this. These are the same 2/3 niggas who was robbing Popeyes and beating the shit out of each other for Popeyes chicken sandwiches. Yeah. These are the offspring of the matriarch. Okay? The woman was given affirmative action and she can get in the work field. Esau became her man. His philosophies became her philosophies. Yeah. YAHAWASHI says he's got to clean the filth from the daughters of Zion, man. He's got to clean the filth of these Israelite women. And we know how YAHAWASHI cleans house. He cleans house through horrible judgments. Through Micah 7 and 10. You understand? So Isaiah chapter 32. You know, he's going to make these women rise up. You know? A lot of them are not going to make it. A lot of them are not going to make it, man. But let's go into another controversy between Esau and Jake, man. Another controversy that he cannot be forgiven for. There's no repentance for Esau, man. Geographic redlining. So not only did they liberate your woman and give all these welfare entitlements and goodies to your woman, to have her turn on you, to have her turn on the Israelite man, to disrupt, the goal to disrupt the nuclear family. Okay? Now we see these homosexual young Jakes, man, these Generation Z, even these older cats, man. Jake is all twisted and messed up, man. A lot of them going to put to death, man. But the Lord said he's going to bring all nations to an end, but he shall not utterly destroy Jacob. But Jacob shall not go wholly unpunished. That's because 2/3 of Jacob's going to get punished, but not every last one of us. You know, Lord willing, you know, we're the elected 1/3. You know, that's who's going to be spared. But even then, you're going to be tried. You know. But like I was saying, let's go into another controversy between Esau and Jacob, man. To where Jacob is not understanding to depart from Babylon. You understand? To depart from the philosophies and all this of Esau and his politics, man. Fuck it. It's a sinking ship. You understand? Let's talk about the geographic redlining. And that's still real to this day. That's one of the reasons why I relocated from Maryland to Virginia. You understand? Because there was no jobs where I was at. There was nothing but restaurants. Nothing but means to consume. When you go to predominantly Israelite heavy communities, it's all consume, restaurants, shopping. That's it. There's no growth. No college universities per se. I mean, I have a whole trip over that for real. Because that's not really the way. Because that's all an indoctrination. You know? That's all an indoctrination of your teacher, and who's indoctrinating you is a people who are to be destroyed. Their philosophies and their doctrines are off, and they're lies. A lot of them are lies, quite frankly. You know? But we talk about the geographic redlining, to where no minimum banks, minimum schools, minimum opportunity was put in these predominantly black, you know, so-called black Israelite communities, man. It was all a setup that Jake can be destroyed. Then we had abortions. Yeah, Candace Owens said the black race, the so-called black race, has been stagnant. But she didn't say why. And because these women are killing all the damn babies. And you're turning around and justifying your actions, blaming it on the man that you willingly and openly spread your legs to. That's why you women aren't supposed to even be picking your husbands. Your fathers, oh, I forgot, they're not in the home, because your mothers ran him out the house, or might not even know who your father is. A lot of our mothers, unfortunately, were whores. It's just the truth. Because a lot of people like to say, "Oh, well, your mama's black." I didn't call her coon. Your mama black, nigga. Yeah, my mom. We're not saying my mother wasn't no whore, but I'm just saying a lot of jakes don't even know their daddy, and the mother don't know who the daddy is. You can thank Maury Povich and certain other daytime shows to where 16 to 18 men had to get tested to find out who the daddies was to blame for that expose. We seen that. We see it. They even have laws to where if you marry a woman and let's say she gets pregnant and you thought it was your child, and then if she winds up not being your child, right? If that child winds up not being yours biologically, it doesn't work. These unrighteous decrees, according to the family court, still says that you need to pay child support for somebody else's sperm. Who knows who it is? These are some of the unrighteous decrees, man. And this is why Babylon is falling apart, man, because it's time for judgment. In the book of Psalms says, they have made void thy laws. It's time for you to work, O Yahweh, man. Yeah, the laws of YAHAWASHI have been made null and void in the eyes of carnal men, in the eyes of Esau. Yeah. So it's time for YAHAWASHI to work, and we see him working. He's working in the Bahamas. He's working in Brazil. He's working in Venezuela. Why? Because the judgment of YAHAWASHI will start in the house of the Lord first, pertaining to Peter 4:17. Okay? So the Lord is already putting the belt to Israel. Right now, he's on the northern tribes, just like in times past. The northern pertaining to 2nd Esdras chapter 13. The northern 10 tribes were departed from Israel first under the Syrian captivity. They caught their hell first. Then the southern 3. Then Judah got it. So we see the northern tribes going through hell right now. Judah's about to get it. Our people, the southern tribes, are about to get it. Especially in the land of the north. But here's the good part. We shall be saved. We shall be saved. That's the hope that we look forward to. But as bad as we want 2/3 to get this, man, they just don't. They're blinded. Pertaining to Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8 and on. They're blinded. And I refer to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 is because they love not the truth. So YAHAWASHI has given them over to this delusion. But it's very vexing because, like I said earlier, man, wisdom is not simple for a fool, man. It's just not given to them. It's not given to them, man. And a lot of it has to do, always go into this, man. It has to do with regeneration. And, these were the same 2/3 that vexed all the prophets. These are the same 2/3 that came against Yahawashi Mashiach and had Barabbas freed, a murderer. You know what I'm saying? These are the same 2/3. You see it in their actions. Because what do 2/3 love? They love murder. They love destruction. They love everything that's unholy, man. They won't come back to their power. And that's why YAHAWASHI is going to allow 2/3 to sink on this Babylonian shit, per se, man. Because they're still trying to have a voice in Babylon. They're still trying to have power in Egypt with the Egyptian reigning over them. They don't understand certain principles to rulership, man. And our people, quite frankly, don't want rulership. Our hope as the elect of YAHAWASHI, Lord willing, is that we shall attain rulership forever. Forever. But reality is most of Jake is going to come back in everlasting shame. They're going to have the law statutes. They're going to know where they effed up. There's going to come a time, as it's written, that a man shall not have to go to another man. An Israelite will not have to go to another Israelite to minister the word, because it's going to be put within us. That's going to be the new covenant. That's going to be the new covenant. But in that day, it's going to be a hierarchy in the kingdom. You understand? You're going to have the 144,000 on their 12 thrones as co-heirs under YAHAWASHI judging the nations. Those who will be martyred, who are destined to be martyrs in this time to come for refusing the chip. All hell's about to break loose, and our people are still simple. Our people still don't understand we need unity under YAHAWASHI. They're still woman worshiping. And like I was saying earlier, when I sometimes be all over the place. I have like 5-6 thoughts literally at the same time. But like I was saying earlier, when the guy who opened the video was saying, he was saying that the black woman is vital to politics, and I was saying I somewhat agree. It's because it takes two to make it work, man. And the way, according to creation, the way YAHAWASHI made it, is gender roles. You know, there's headship and there's servitude. You women are supposed to be serving your Israelite men. You're supposed to be obedient to your Israelite men. It's like, okay, it's like anything that operates in nature. Let's say even when it comes to machines. You know, what good is an engine if the tires are not doing what the tires are supposed to do? You know, how can you drive a car? You can have a car with 2 miles on it, brand new engine, not even broken in. It could be a Lambo, it could be a Mercedes, whatever, you know, in your imagination per se. If your tires are flat, you ain't going nowhere. You can have a house. If the house is not on a firm foundation and the pillars and the posts aren't in good soil, and, you know, that house is not built on a firm, and really that foundation is the law, statutes, and commandments and precepts of YAHAWASHI. But you have 2 pillars, man. If one pillar goes, then the building topples. And Esau knew this. They knew this. This is how they enslaved the minds. Willie Lynch was right. That damn devil, yes, he was correct. He continued to mentally enslave our people for 1,000 years. I had a dream the other night, like 2 nights ago. It was nothing prolific. You know, it was a little weird. Some of it I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But I had a dream like 2 nights ago. And it was nighttime and I was looking at the sky. And I was talking to a man. I don't know what he looked like. I don't know. I was talking to somebody. It might have been an angel. I don't know. It's not in my memory. I was speaking with somebody, though. I was. And they were shining a light on the sky. And every time they shined a light on the sky, it showed the ordinances of the heavens beyond the firmament. So I was seeing the order of everything. And there was a large face. It was a brown-skinned face. And it was a very handsome male. I don't know. I don't know who it was. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it was a very handsome male, and the face, it was huge. The person was huge. But it was just like neck up, from the neck up. You know, that's all I could see. And it was looking down on the earth. And it was a brown skinned face, and it was extremely handsome. You know? And I don't know if it was Hashaitan or if it was, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that I do vividly remember about this brief dream, what I just saw, what I just said I saw, was that I was discussing with the person and they was revealing to me, and as they was revealing this unto me, I knew it. It was like inserted into my spirit, like I already knew it. It was basically being revealed that all things on earth, all things, when I say all things are vanity here, man. It's all vanity. Everything's vanity. Your money is vanity. Your car is vanity. Your college education is a vanity. Everything outside of the truth of YAHAWASHI is a vanity here. And that's the epiphany that I was receiving in this dream. And I was talking to whoever I was talking to while they was telling me this. And I was like, yeah, you know, we're pretty like the vanity of this, you know, how it's like I was speaking without talking. It was like a telepathy thing. It was really weird. But if anybody ever experienced this, they will understand. But like in my mind, or I was speaking without speaking, that, you know, one of the vanities, I was commenting to this individual that one of the vanities was how we're supposed to, you know, be born, work, go to school, find a job, be in debt, you know, be promised Social Security, which really ain't enough to pay for what you need, for a system that's failing, for a system that's going to lead to the mark of the beast. How can you trust in this? It's all vanity. It's all a vanity, you know? And our people don't understand it. I be going past these universities, you know, I work with a major food distributor, and I go to a lot of schools and universities, and I see these youngins, these Generation Zers. I'm like, man, they're in folly, man. They have no idea. They have no idea, man. They have no idea. But I understand, because I was 18, 19 at one time, and I believed in I was always kind of how I am now. I just matured in the knowledge, but I was always objective. And that's the problem with Jake. Jake is not objective. We're subjective because of integration. Through integration, we're subjected to Esau's philosophy, Esau's laws, which are all unrighteous decrees. In majority of America, it's legal to have sex with animals. That's Esau's law. He's profane. The scripture tells us none that is more profane. You know, but our people are simple. They still want to sit at the table on a ship that is sinking, on a ship that's going to go up in fire, on a ship that YAHAWASHI is going to destroy. And if only they came back and repented, they could be spared. They could be spared from shame, from everlasting shame and destruction by pain. They could be spared, and they could have the kingdom. They could have greatness in the kingdom. Because there is a hierarchy in all things. And that's another video I need to make. Even the angels have a hierarchy. Not all the angels are on the same level. You know, you have Archangel Michael. You have 7 archangels. They're archangels because they're higher. They're the highest. And Archangel Michael is the most powerful angel of the archangels. He's the angel of war. That's YAHAWASHI's hit angel right there. He created him just to put hits on people, man. To help destroy nations, to stir up the sword. And YAHAWASHI has assigned this angel unto the house of Jacob. And in the days of Jacob's trouble pertaining to Jeremiah chapter 30, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7, you precept that to Daniel chapter 12, verse 1 and on, the Lord is going to summon Archangel Michael again. For those whose names are found written, keyword, in the book. So 2/3, Archangel Michael's not going to fight for 2/3, you know? But, you know, 2/3 don't even realize where things are even headed. You know, they're still sitting down politicking about Babylon politics. Not knowing that Babylon is destroyed. It was destroyed from the beginning. We're just living out the manifestation of the word of YAHAWASHI, which was from the beginning and spoken by the prophets through the Holy Ruach HaKodesh in the days of ancient. We're living in the time of fruition of that which is so sure to come to pass that it has already happened. We're just waiting on the manifestation of it in this realm. We was told beforehand by the prophets of old. But our people are sottish, you know? But aside from, you know, every time, basically, our people don't want sovereignty, man. They don't want the promises and the covenant. They don't want it. They don't want it, man. And it's vexing. It can be really vexing. We got to remind ourselves that this ain't for everybody. This truth and this understanding is not for everybody. And we should be thankful and saying the water YAHAWASHI every day, man. That he removes the scales from our eyes. That we can see and understand and hear and understand. Because a lot of people don't understand, man. Shalakia Akim, my video timed out. Ran out of space on the phone. But what I was saying is that they are the majority born in vain, man. That are going to be destroyed. The majority of these people are about to be destroyed. And unfortunately, it's going to be majority of our people. And they're going to come back to everlasting shame. You know, while those who YAHAWASHI has added unto his election, man, that were predestined into the election, you know, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, those who repent, those who are willing to lay down their lives for this truth in the times that we're coming into ahead, those will be great in the kingdom. Those who are teaching the law, statutes, and commandments now shall be great in the kingdom. You understand? There's a hierarchy to everything, like I was saying. But our people, man, they don't want to separate. When it's our fault, see, certain things have to happen, and if you measure in the times diligently, you know the economy's about to crash. Because how else are they going to implement this mark? You know that World War III has to pop off. How else then can YAHAWASHI, HaMashiach, come back and subdue all the nations and raise his elect as kings in this earth to rule forever and ever? I'm gonna do another video on that, man. I like doing videos like that. It feels good to say that all these other nations are gonna bow down and lick the soles of our feet, man. You know, worship before us, man. We're gonna rule over them with a rod of iron, man. We're not gonna be playing with these nations, man. But that's pleasing to me, man. You know, that should be, as it should be to all the elect and all the Akio, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. You know, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this. You know, how Jake is lost and Jake wants to hold hands with Babylon so bad. And it's all vanity, man. It's all vanity at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully just edifying for the elect. Just a quick little sit down and talk while I'm driving, man. Cause I still want to keep my hand on the plow somewhat. Because I meditate every day on these type of things, you know. definitely, I keep you brethren in prayer as well, you know, and the sisters as well. You know, I keep y'all in prayer. Pray for me as well, and then likewise, because I do got a lot of confusion going on between work and home, kids and my dad and things like that. Just a lot going on. But I got a couple videos in the making, and I'm working on it. I got some things coming out very soon. But all praises to the Most High, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh, man. And until next time, Shalom.